everybody doing on tonight? Well, on this morning. How y'all doing? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing well. Hey, I'm not gonna keep y'all long tonight, but I wanted to come on here and talk to y'all about something right quick. Okay? Before we get into it, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Make sure it says all so that when I go live, you'll get notified. Okay? Listen. And for those that some of y'all be watching me, but you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. You're looking, support the channel. Look, leave comments, engage. Okay, thank you, appreciate it. Listen, I wanted to touch on something with y'all right quick. I titled this "It's Up to You." Listen, at the end of the day, it's all up to you and how your life turn out, right? And let me say this too. You know, it's up to you what the things that play a part in how things turn out for you is you and parts of you, right? Your inner self, uh, your personality, your self-confidence, your self-esteem. Like all these things plays a part in how you turn out, okay? And sometimes we are affected by certain things because let me see how I'm gonna put that. Sometimes we are affected by certain things because we have some things going on with our inner self that keeps us from going forward. Okay? Prime example, trauma, hurt, being broken, being damaged. Okay? And when these things are things that's holding on to us, right? Things that we are carrying around in our inner self, it keeps us from being the best version of ourselves, right? So when you, say for instance, you find a new job and you go in there for the job, you fill out the application and everything, they give you an interview. You go in there for your interview, you look nice and everything. But you go in there, you don't have you're not smiling, right? You're looking like you're mad with the world, right? And believe it or not, these things plays a part. These things plays a part. And some people that hire people, they pay attention to your energy. Okay? When your energy is down, it and you go in there for that job and your energy is messed up, some people pick up on that. And you be wondering sometimes, well, why did I came in there, I'm dressed appropriate, and everything. I was talking right and everything. Why did I lose that job? Why did I miss that opportunity? Right now, I'm not saying this is what happened all the time. Right, I'm not saying that. Don't. I'm saying only for some people. Sometimes when our energy is off and we got a lot of stuff going on inside of us, right? Sometimes that plays a part in why certain things happen in our life. Okay? And I was just using the job thing as an example. Now, I'm not saying everybody, just for everybody. I'm just giving you an example of how some things can play a part in your life. Okay? And trauma, being broken and damaged, these things affect your life. You'd be surprised at how many people I have talked to, right? And we get into the conversation real heavy, and they find out that something that happened in their childhood is playing a big part in why they can't have a relationship. you know? Because some people are walking around, they really don't know. They're not aware of it. So they really don't know. And what they have been trying to do is bury it and act like it doesn't exist. But at the end of the day, it do exist. It is there. And and it plays parts in your life. It messes up parts of your life by being there. And that's why it's important for us to heal as people and stop carrying around all that baggage, right? Because at the end of the day, it's all up to you, okay? Just like some people, when they get grown, they want to blame mama for this or blame daddy for that. But now you are a full grown up. Hello, McGarry. How are you? Thanks for tapping in with me. Now you are a full grown up, right? So now it's time for you to heal and get past that because you're a grown man or you're a grown woman, but you're trying to blame other people. And even though they may done you wrong, they may have done some wrong things to you. But now that you are grown, it's your responsibility. You know, it's your responsibility now to take heed to what happened, and it's up to you to heal from it. Okay? Because let's be clear, sometimes we're not going to get an apology from the people that hurt us. Let me repeat that. Sometimes we're not going to get an apology from the people that hurt us. But you can't let that hinder you. You can't let that hinder you. You have to figure out a way to heal from those things so that you can move forward. Because it's about you now. You're grown up. And nobody owes you anything now. Because you're grown. And it's all up to you. It's all up to you now. So what you gonna do? And that's what you gotta ask yourself. What am I gonna do? The main thing that you should be trying to do is heal from that so that you can move forward, so that you can do better for you. Hello, Roblox. How are you? Thank you all for tapping in. Appreciate you. Please subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is serious because these type of things run so deep. They really do. Because some people are walking around and they've been hurting since they was a child. Okay? They've been hurting since they was a child. But at some point, you got to come up out of that. You can't keep allowing that to hold you back, to hinder your life. You got to make a choice and a decision. Am I going to keep letting this hold me back, or am I going to heal from it? And prayerfully, you will make the choice to heal from it so that you can do better and be better. See, when we're walking around and we hurting and stuff, we let that hurt and stuff hold. It does so much damage because we're holding on to it. And the people that hurt us, we want to blame them. Let me tell you something. I know where some of y'all been because I've been there myself. I had family members that hurt me. And it was like they thought it was okay because we were family. That's the part that really bothered me the most, is that these people that's supposed to be my family are the main ones who hurt me. And I never could understand why. And to this day, I don't really know why. But guess what? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. One thing that I recognize is that I had to move on. I had to move on. Listen, I had to do better for me. And I had to move on. You know, they got to deal with that. Even though they act like they didn't do nothing, or they want to act like it's me, you know? At the end of the day, you know what I did? I sat back and I checked, I did some reflecting on myself. And I realized that it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Even though they tried to make it seem like it was me, it wasn't me. They were just mean to me. For whatever the reason, they were mean to me. And at first it hurt. It really hurt it because we talking about family. They supposed to be family. And I don't know why people think that because it's family, they get a pass. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't get a pass for hurting someone, for hurting another family member. You don't get a pass for that. But for some reason, some family think that they can do things to you because y'all family. And you supposed to just suck it up and brush it off. And I put my foot down. Oh yeah. I said, no, 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 no. We're not doing this. What I did first was I healed myself. I rebuilt myself from the inside out. And then I started cutting people off that didn't mean me no good. People that didn't know how to treat me, they can't get through my number. I blocked them. They cannot get through my number. I don't bother them at all. And it's not that I'm mad. I'm not mad. It's just that every time I would go around these people, they would try to poke at me. They was always trying to poke at me. And I was like, man, I'm not gonna keep going around people who try to hurt me every time I come around. That makes no sense. Why would you keep trying to go around people, whether they family or not? Why would I keep trying to go around people who try to hurt me? You know? And I stopped it. I stopped it. I don't talk to any of my sisters. It's four of us. Three of my brothers passed away. I got two brothers left, and then I got and all of us girls is living, which is four girls. Okay, and I think it's so sad and so sickening that we can't come together. Right, all of us are still here, and I think it's so sad that we cannot come together and just be cordial. Even if you don't care for me for whatever the reason, I think it's sad that we can't come together and be cordial, you know? But that's the way it is. And like I said, I'm not angry with them, but I'm not going to keep going around people who don't respect me and feel like they don't have to respect me. And I just feel like at some point you have to set boundaries and stand on them. You have to set boundaries and stand on them. You can't keep allowing people to treat you no any kind of way. You understand? You got to set boundaries and you got to stand on them. You got to stand on them. And that's what I did. Once I started healing myself, I stopped allowing people to treat me any kind of way. I stopped allowing people to treat me I stopped allowing people to treat me any kind of way. I stopped allowing people to hurt me, you know, because I stopped going around. And like I said, some people are broken and damaged themselves. Is the reason why, excuse me, is the reason why you will probably never get apology from them. Excuse me. You will probably never get an apology from them because they broken and damaged. And I know y'all done heard this saying, hurt people hurt people. That's not just a cliche that people say, that's the truth. When people are hurt, they will hurt other people. And I have family that hurts, they hurt, and they go out their way to hurt others. But you gotta set boundaries and you gotta stand on it. You can't keep letting people hurt you. And you can't keep carrying around the same hurt all the time. You know, you can't keep doing that. You got to heal from that and get it out your life so you can move forward, so you can be better and do better. Because those things do hinder your life. Those things do keep you from being the best version of yourself by carrying around all that hurt and all that, all that hurt, all that trauma and stuff like that. You gotta make up in your mind, oh, I gotta get rid of this. I gotta get rid of this. This is messing me up. I got to get rid of it. And you start your healing journey. That's the best thing that you could do is start healing. Stop holding on to all those things. Hi, suffers. I hope I'm saying your name right. How you doing? And I hope that these things, what I'm talking to y'all about tonight, if someone's going through these things, I hope that something I say will make you want to start your healing journey. It can be done. You just gotta want to do it. And you gotta stop. You know what? We have to make up in our mind too that we don't want to continue to hurt. We don't want to continue to be hurt people. And then we have to start doing something different so that we can come up out of that. Because also, let me tell you something else too. When we have children, those things, if you don't heal, you pass that down to your children too. Generational curses, they are real. They are real. So you want to, excuse me, y'all. You don't want to pass all that down to your children and have them jacked up. So you want to take charge of your life and start to heal so that you can move forward. You'd be surprised of how many things is holding some people back and keeping people from being the best version of themselves. And when you find out, oh my goodness, this is what's going on with me. This is why I haven't been doing this or I haven't been doing that because of this. When people start to pay more attention to themselves, when they start digging deep down into their inner self, you start realizing what the issues are that's there. You start realizing what those issues are. Let me tell you something that I give to some of the people that I talk to. I tell them to get a journal or a notebook, okay? And when you're by yourself, start writing down what you feeling, what's going through your head, what you feel in your heart, what your inner self is, what you got, what you're holding on to your inner self. Just write down the thoughts that come to you. Don't try to make up nothing. Just write down everything that you feel, everything that you feel at that moment. And then later on, go back and look at it and read it. Because what's going to happen is that as you keep writing your thoughts down, what's going to happen is that, excuse me, what's going to happen is that you're going to start to see what's going on with you. Those thoughts are going to start to make sense. as you jot them down. Now, at first, they might seem like all over the place, right? Because you just jotting down what you feel at that moment, you know. So they might be like a little all over the place. But then when you keep writing them down, it's gonna all come together and it's gonna make sense. What's going on within you? It's gonna come together and it's gonna make sense. And you're gonna be like, wow, is this what's going on with me? Is this wow? You know what I mean? And let me tell you something. Sometimes at the beginning, when you first do it, you may cry, you may get angry. See, because sometimes we know that there's something going on inside of us, right? We know that there's something going on because some of us, the way we act with relationships, the way we act towards other people, right? So certain things in our life lets us know that there is something going on with us, right? But then we have to find out what that is, right? We feel it. We know it's something going on. And some of us already know what it is because sometimes it may be something from your childhood. You'd be surprised at how many people I done talked to that's hurt from something that happened in their childhood. And now that they're an adult, they just really, start trying to get it out and deal with it. But it's a lot of people that's walking around from something that happened in their childhood that's still hurting them. They still hurt behind it. And sometimes some people be hurt behind something that happened in their childhood. And guess what? It don't even be their fault. But people have been on them so hard that they make them believe that it's their fault. But it don't even be their fault. Like seriously. But they done been manipulated so much to think that whatever happened, it was their fault. And so they've been carrying that around that it's their fault. And when they find out that it's not their fault, you should see how some people just be crying. They be bawling. They be really crying, like bawling hard. When they find out, when you open up and tell them, well, that wasn't your fault. And they be like, what? What do you mean it wasn't my fault? And then I had to break it down to them and let them really know. And some people really be hurt behind that because they really be thinking that this whole time it was my fault. It was all my fault. They really be thinking that. And it don't be. It don't be their fault. And a lot of people go through that. And then the people that done manipulated them and done hurt them, if they go back and try to talk to them about it, they don't want to hear it. That's why I tell people all the time, you may not ever get an apology from the people that hurt you. So don't look for it. The best thing that you can do for you is heal so you can move on and be the best version of yourself. That's the best thing for any of y'all that's going through something and you haven't healed from it. The best thing that you can do is heal. Don't worry about the people that hurt you. Because if they was really concerned about them hurting you, they would have already reached out to you. If you've been hurting for a long time, you need to stop looking for them to come and try to heal you or make you feel better because they not coming. And I done been there too. I done been where people done hurt me and I never got an apology. And I'm okay with that. I don't need the apology because I'm still on my healing journey, but I have healed from those things. So I don't need the apology. It's okay. I done got to a point where it's though I love me, and that's what it's about. It's about getting to a point where you love you and you're not worried about what how everybody else feel. You know what I mean? It's time to let all that go. It's time for you to focus on you and making you a stronger person, a better person. Putting you in a position where you love you. Because I think some people don't understand what it is to love yourself. I don't think some people understand that. What is it to love you? See, when we love ourselves, we don't accept bullshit. And what I mean by that is that we don't accept people hurting us. When you start to love you, you stop accepting people hurting you. And you stop hurting other people. That's when you are really tapped into yourself and you loving yourself. You stop doing those things. You stop hurting the other people. And you stop allowing other people to hurt you. When you start loving yourself, you show up for you. If don't nobody else show up for you, you show up for yourself. You learn how to celebrate yourself. You learn how to find validation within yourself and not from other people. You stop worrying about who's talking about you and what they saying. You don't even care about that no more when you start loving you. You don't care nothing about that. Let them talk. People talk all the time. That's the type of world we live in. Somebody always gonna have something to say. But when you start loving you, you don't let that bother you. You stop paying attention to all that. No, this not a freak show. I don't know why you're here, but this not a freak show. This is not a freak show. This is only for people who want to be educated. Okay? This is not a freak show. Go find you one or create one yourself. Back to what I was saying. But yeah, we I lost my thought. But yeah, when you start loving yourself, all that stuff goes out the window, right? It's about you now. It's all about you and making you feel good about you. And that's something that some of us don't take time out for. We don't take time out for ourselves. We don't tap into ourself, our inner self. We don't tap into that. And what we do is that some of us, we get in survival mode and we forget all about that. We forget all about taking time out for self. We forget about getting to know self, getting to know who self is, getting to know what self is all about. We forget about that. We forget about being loyal to self, not letting self down. How many times have some of y'all let yourself down and then you act like it's not a big thing? You know, you just move on. Oh, I was supposed to do such and such for myself. Oh well, I'll get it done. I'll go back to it. That's letting yourself down. And I know some of y'all done did it. I know some of y'all done did it. You probably do it a lot too. You probably supposed to do something for yourself, and yet you brush it off, and it goes out the window. You got to make self a priority. You got to make self a priority. That's something that some people struggle with. Putting yourself first. You got to start spending time with self, putting self first. Because let me tell you something. Some of us run around, we stress ourselves out. We do. We stress ourselves out with this, that, and the other, the kids, the husband, the boyfriend, or whatever is going on, okay? But we never take time out for self. We never sit down and tap into ourselves for a minute. And you should. You should always tap into yourself. Some of us don't even know who we are. And it's sad, but it's true. Some of us don't even know who we are. Some of us don't even know what we are all about. Some of us don't even know our likes and our dislikes. Excuse me. And it's the truth. Some of us don't. We don't know our likes and our dislikes. We don't know, who we really are. We don't know a lot about ourselves because we never take that time out for ourselves. We don't spend time with ourselves because some of us run from ourselves. We do. Some of us run from ourselves because we don't want to face who we really are. Mm, mm, mm. We don't want to face who we really are. So some of us run from it or we act like we good. We all right. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm good. But then when you look at your whole life, you can't keep a relationship. You can't keep a friendship. Somebody, you having a conversation with somebody and they say, well, what you like? What you like about yourself? What you do? What you do for enjoyment? You know. But then when they start asking you deep stuff, why you not in a relationship? Excuse me. Why you not in a relationship? You 45, you don't have you ain't in no relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like people start like they'll ask surface stuff, but then they'll start asking, they'll start going deeper and deeper, you know? And some people want to run from stuff like that because they not ready to face that, who they really are. And then some people want to take and put the weight on other people. Some people are broken and damaged, but yet they want to take it and put it on somebody else's shoulders and act like they responsible, you know, for why they like that or they responsible for healing them. Let me make this clear. You are not responsible to heal nobody but yourself. You are not responsible to heal nobody but yourself. Because some people do that. Like some of y'all get into these relationships and y'all let these women or the men, however, whichever it go, it don't matter. But y'all end up letting people make y'all think that y'all are responsible for healing them. Or you end up being manipulated into thinking that it's your fault and you need to help them heal. I've seen that happen to people too. Nobody is responsible for healing. Nobody. You are responsible to heal yourself. Simple as that. But I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. I'm getting off of here. I'm getting ready to get off of here. I wanted to touch on that. I could say so much more, but I said enough. I hope that y'all got something out of it, and I hope that it helps you. I really do. Because, you know, you are responsible for you. You are responsible for how things turn out in your life. You really are. Nobody else is responsible but you. And if you don't ever take hold of your life and fix it, that's on you too. You can try to blame other people, right? But at the end of the day, we are grown ups. We are grown ups. And nobody owes you nothing. You're an adult. Nobody owes us anything. So you got to make up in your mind when you're going to take your life back and make yourself a better person. You got to make that up. You got to make up your mind to do that. I can't do it for you. Can't nobody do it for you. You got to do it for yourself. And stop trying to play the blame card. Stop trying to manipulate people and make them feel like it's their fault. Now, I'm not saying that didn't nobody hurt you, but what I am saying is that if you're an adult, listen, you can't keep playing that blame card. You got to heal from that so you can move on. Because if the people that harmed you or hurt you, if they haven't came back yet and apologized, they not. If you a grown up now and they still haven't apologized to you, they not gonna apologize. Evidently, they don't feel like it's their fault. So, are you going to keep letting those things hold you back? Or are you going to say, enough is enough and start healing so you can push forward, so you can be a better person for yourself? Those are the questions that some people have to ask themselves. Because, like I said, anything that you do in life, I'm going to leave y'all with this. Anything that you do in life, okay, is a reflection of you, okay? What I mean by that, if you have children, if you make children, those are reflections of you. If you're out here doing a job, that's a reflection on you. How you do that job is a reflection of you. That's why it's important to be clear minded, right? That's why it's important to heal and remove the traumas and stuff and the hurt that you're going through because it plays a part in your life, in different areas of your life. All that plays a part. When you're a broken, damaged person, it comes out. It comes out. It shows. Excuse me. The way you carry your attitude, right? The way you act. I've talked to people that always seem angry all the time. You know where they come from? Because they hurt. They broken. They damaged. And that's why they walk around with an attitude. I'm not saying everybody, but I'm saying people I have spoke with. They walk around like that because they are hurt and broken. and damaged. You just got to make up in your mind when you want to free yourself, because basically that's what you're doing when you decide to go on your healing, get on your healing journey, right? You are freeing yourself of all that hurt that you've been holding on to. You freeing yourself when you decide I'm getting on my healing journey so I can, straighten some things out in my life. You are freeing yourself, and that's a good thing, because once you free yourself, you're going to see your attitude will change, your personality will change, your self-confidence will rise, your self-esteem will rise. Yeah, you're going to see a big difference in yourself overall once you decide that you want to heal, you know? And if you feel like you don't have nothing to heal from, you may just want to tap into yourself more and brush yourself up some so you can be better and do more, you know? And that's a good thing too. But you should always be able to tap into yourself. You should always spend some time with yourself. You should always do that. And if you don't, that's a problem. If you're somebody who can't spend time with yourself, that's a problem. And you may want to really look into that and find out why you don't want to spend no time with yourself. You should always want to spend some type of time with yourself. That me time is important. It really is. It's very important. But I'm going to leave y'all with that. I hope that you got something out of it. And I love you guys. And I will see y'all on the next one.